Hi everybody, here's a very quick video to show you how to take through Design Space these two new SVGs to cut little boxes for the chocolate box inserts. I've already got some out there for 18 and 12 and 24, but these are for the tiny trays that just have 4 or 6 spaces in them. That's the 4 space one. It's an all-in-one box, makes only with folds, no glue required, unless of course you're using this acetate window, in which case you'll need some tape to attach the acetate or the PVC, whatever you make that window out of. So that's the 4 space, as I said. And there's the 6 space. So again, both of these boxes will cut from A4 or letter, just fit on A4, easily on letter, a little bit more of a squeeze on A4 for this one, but it will work. And in the Etsy listing, there's a link to where you can purchase these chocolate box trays if you want them. So let's get into Design Space and bring them in. They're really super quick to work with. So we'll bring the 4 space one in first. This is this square box. You get a choice of, I know you could easily contour that out, but just to make life easy, I've brought one in with no hole for the window and one with the window. So you've no work to do at all really. So we'll just, it comes in like that with the layers all closed up. It's a new thing, isn't it? But just select it and ungroup it. You can do that straight away now. And then you can see the subgroups in there. And we just want this top one, which for my SVGs at least, always contains the lines that you need to convert to scores. So click that to select it, go to your operations menu, click on where it says basic cut and choose score, and you can see that those lines are being converted now. And because there's more than one set, if I toggle that group open, you can see there's more than one set, obviously because there's 2 boxes. We need to ungroup them. Ungroup for me is at the top of the layers panel. I'm using the desktop version for PC. Then we just select that group underneath that has all the cut pieces in it, both boxes and this little piece for the acetate window, and then we ungroup it. And so now everything on screen is a separate piece, and we can attach the scores just to the pieces that they relate to. Quickest way to do that, click on canvas somewhere near a piece, drag a box to enclose it, and attach, which is for me is at the bottom of the layers panel there. Okay, so we'll just get rid of that solid one and click make for this one. Don't want to save it. Right, so it easily fits on A4. This is the smallest, it's a little square box, and it will also fit on letter. And the acetate, you can see it's tiny, or PVC. I actually buy PVC binder sheets from Amazon for my windows. You can see that if you cut from A4, you'll probably get, I would think, at least 6 and possibly even 8 pieces out of one A4. Okay, so that's the little one for the 4 space tray. We'll delete that and we'll bring the 6 space one in now. Same procedure, ungroup the layers panel straight away, select that first group which has got the scores in it, choose score in your operations menu and then ungroup. Select the group underneath, just ungroup it. So now everything's separate and we can attach the scores. Click on the canvas near a piece, drag a box to enclose it and attach. And again, we'll get rid of the less complex one, not that any of it's complicated. So that's the acetate. If we choose A4, you're probably going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Shall we just 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just try that and see what happens. Right, okay. Will one fit up there though? Yes, it will. So you definitely get those on there as well. So if we just click those, move those onto that first mat. Where did it go? There. Yep, so you'd get 3 down that side, and then we'll rotate that one and pop it there. So yeah, you just get 5, I think, from one A4. But let's have a look at this. Right, this is the actual box, and you can see that you can pick letter, but A4 doesn't come up in the list, and that's because Design Space says this won't fit on A4. But if we go back and look at the width of it, we can see that it's 20.16, so 201 millimeters, nearly 202, call it 202. So that's 8 millimeters narrower than a sheet of A4. So if you're using letter, you haven't got a problem. But if you've got A4 paper, we're going to choose the 12 by 12 mat, and then you're going to just put your A4 paper on the mat just a few millimeters away from this very first white line on your cutting mat, and then you'll have that little bit of extra width there. All we're doing when we do that, by the way, is we're just not putting our paper in within the cutting margin. You can't see that because it's red, which is a bit annoying. I'll just go back just so I can show you that. We'll just change the colour to, I don't know, yellow. It doesn't matter. Right, that's the box now. So we'll zoom in again. All I'm asking you to do when I say move it over, if you can see this red line, can I zoom in a bit more, and then you can definitely see it. It's very fine. Yeah, that's the cutting margin, which your machines automatically leave. It's slightly different depending on which machine you're on. Slightly narrower, I think, on the Makers than it is on the Explorers. But all you're doing when I ask you to move it away is you're sort of ignoring that, really, and you're allowing for the fact that the cutting margin will cut off at this side, so you're just cheating it into giving you a bit more room at that side. I hope I haven't made that more complicated than I needed to. Just, as I say, just put it a couple of millimeters, 2 or 3 millimeters maybe, away from that very first white line, and it will give you that little bit of extra space at this side on your A4 sheet. If you're using letter, you haven't got a problem. And to do that, by the way, again, you just choose the standard mat as if you're using 12 by 12, but you're not, you're going to use A4. Okay, we've already talked about that, haven't we? 5 of those will fit on an A4. Okay, that's that. They're super easy to make these. No glue involved in these boxes at all. You do get a PDF of assembly instructions as usual though, and it talks about the kind of paper you might want and the kind of adhesive you might use for your windows, but you probably won't even need to open them. They're really easy to make these. If you do need to get in touch though, the links to do that are in the description below, and if you've just stumbled across this video and you'd like to buy the SVG, the link to do that is down there as well. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.